here tonight to tell you a little bit about the moves that are going to make up tomorrow's 45-minute strength conditioning class at 10:30 a.m. So whether you have time to join me tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. or you just want to give it a try on your own time, I hope this video kind of helps you to get a little more out of the workout and to feel a little more confident with your form. So first of all, I'll go over the structure. Tomorrow's workout is going to take place with 1-minute efforts. So we've got 5 movements. Each of them we're going to sustain for a minute, and then we're going to get a whole minute to rest between rounds. We'll end up doing that 5 times, so it's going to total out to 30 minutes including rest, and then we'll have a little bit of time for a couple extra moves at the beginning and the end. So first of all, first move, we're going to do a variation on the up-down, which is something we do a lot in class lately. I'll show you the full movement I want you to go for tomorrow, and then a couple modifications because it is kind of a challenging version. So we're going to go for the one arm one if you're up for it. So taking one arm, placing it down onto the mat or ground, and then we're going to jump out into a plank, up, down, switch sides, out, up, down. Now, if you need to scale that because you're not quite there, we can go both hands every time, out, in, up. Or if you're looking to scale it down just because you live in an apartment or somewhere where you don't want to be making a lot of noise by jumping, we can scale it down by still placing just one hand on the mat, stepping out, stepping in. Now, if you choose to step in, it's just on you to keep the speed up because it can be a little easy to get a little leisurely with the pace. So that's our first minute. Second minute, we're going to get into some abs onto the mat for 1 minute of Russian twists. So I'll just ask you to do these body weight because this is a body weight workout, but if you want to add a little challenge, bring a weight. I'd suggest something around 8-10 pounds. That works well for most people. So we're going to start sitting on the mat, lean back to create a little bit of tension in your abs, and if you're able, lift the feet off the ground. We'll twist to one side, touching both hands to the ground beside you, and then the other side. Now, if that's a little too much on your lower back, you can place the feet on the ground to modify, or sit up a little higher so that there's a little less tension in your abs. So those Russian twists are going to take up our second minute, and then we're going to come back up and come into a plank position. This is a movement we've done a couple times in class before. Plank variation that really challenges our obliques, our balance, and even gets a little bit of back strength in. So we're starting with both hands on the mat. Just take a minute to check, okay, are you in a good plank? Wrists, elbows, shoulders are all in line with one another. Feet are back behind you, about hip distance apart or a little narrower. And then from here, we're going to turn to the side, look over to the wall, touch one hand to the opposing foot, and back to the center. So I'm drawing my foot underneath my body and bringing my hand up to touch my toe, and back to the center. So back and forth. That's going to take up our third minute. Now, if you're not quite there yet, there's a couple modifications you can do. You can start here and begin by just practicing your leg movement side to side. And if that's not even a possibility for you, you can always spend a minute holding a really good plank. Nothing wrong with a plank hold. So that's 3 minutes out of 5. We've got 2 more movements. We're going to come up for our 4th minute into a squat variation. So starting with feet about hip distance apart, toes pointed forward more or less. We're going to come down into a nice deep squat, making sure to keep the abs tight, chest up. And then as you come up, you're going to reach one knee up and back down. So we're kind of doing a little standing crunch and then coming back down into our squat. Okay. So this movement should be, I think, something that everyone's up to, but do let me know if you need a modification there. And then we're gonna finish our last minute with just some jumping jacks. So the jumping jacks, simple, just a chance to get in some nice fast work, and get the heart rate up before we've got our 1 full minute of rest. So 5 moves, 1 minute of rest, 5 times, totaling 30 minutes. So yeah. Hope to see you tomorrow morning.